Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we are taking a look at the Troy Lee Designs Radius Adventure Pants available at RevZilla.com. So what we've seen from Troy Lee Designs is they've come out with this new line of adventure gear, and the Radius Adventure Pants are going to be a hybrid. This is going to be a cross between, traditional adventure pants with beefed up construction and an enduro style pant that's going to be a little bit more lightweight for a dirt bike rider to use. So what we're seeing with the Adventure Radius is going to be something that's going to give you 600 and 900D Oxford polyester blends with this, so a beefed up construction, but it still has that in the boot look of a traditional enduro or dirt pant. So on my left-hand side, I've got Pete. Pete stands at 6 foot, weighs in at 200 pounds. He has a 34-inch waist, and he's wearing these in a size 34. No surprises there. This is going to be a 28 to 42 sized option, and you just want to go with whatever your waist measurement is going to read for you. That should be a perfect fit for you. There's a nice amount of elastication with this, so it does work nicely to give you a little bit of a give, if you are just in between sizes. One color is available. That is going to be the orange and gray that Pete is rocking on my left-hand side. So Troy Lee Designs, this is a company that we know here at RevZilla for their role in the dirt. And what we're seeing them do with the Radius Adventure as well as their Hydro Adventure pants is they're taking a step into more of the enduro/adventure rider. Now for you adventure riders out there that spend most of your time in the dirt, that's where Troy Lee Designs is coming into play for you. With the Radius Adventure pants on my left-hand side, they come in around that $200 price point. Again, beefed up construction over something like a traditional dirt pant, but there's still plenty of room in here for you to get your knee protection underneath. If you want to step up into something that's more adventure-oriented, the Hydro Adventure is going to be an over-the-boot pant, and it is going to introduce a little bit more water resistancy to the overall design. So let's break down the construction first as we're looking at the Radius Adventure pants. You have two different combinations of material really coming into play here. It's going to be a 600D Oxford polyester. You are going to have a 900D reinforced polyester at the seat, but then you're also going to have a massive amount of polyester stretch through this. So the one thing that really struck me about these pants is the complete range of motion you have. You feel completely comfortable when you're on this, and you're really working the bike underneath you, especially in some of the more aggressive off-road situations. You have a maximum amount of flexibility with these pants, while still knowing that you have that extra 600 and 900D reinforcement for abrasion resistance if you do crash your motorcycle. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm off-road, I have a tendency to lay my bike down at least once or twice, depending on how aggressive the trail is. So, starting with the waist, working our way through this. Ratchet adjuster at the waist to make sure you can cinch this down exactly as you like it. And then when you start working your way through, you'll notice that the orange on this is going to be that accordion stretch working its way through the entire crotch. Nice range of motion with this. And then all the gray that you see here is going to be that 600D Oxford polyester. On each of the thighs, you're going to have massive two-way zips, which are going to give you nice vents working its way across. The other added benefit, in addition to the fact that this is going to give you maximum amount of ventilation, is if you do have larger, meatier thighs, it just gives you an extra 1.5 inches of room for you to be more comfortable as you're working the bike back and forth, especially if you're in that attack position all day and you're really working those thigh muscles. Working your way down on top of the knee. Well, let's just zip this up to get this out of the way. On top of the knee, you have a massive amount of accordion stretch, and you're going to have Kevlar reinforced stitching throughout. And you'll notice that with the accordion stretch here, there is plenty of room for you to fit your knee brace or your knee protection underneath here. And then on the inside of the knee, there's going to be reinforced leather panels that are going to work all the way down into the actual boot itself. Pete, I'm going to have you go ahead and face sideways for me. Starting with the top and working our way down. At the hip, there is going to be Velcro removable hip pads. So you can leave the hip pads in, you can take them out, and they will attach via Velcro. And then you'll notice pops of reflectivity working down the Adventure side. And in between the two gray panels, what you have here is a really nice stretch polyester. Again, there's so much stretch working throughout here. I can't emphasize enough how comfortable these are when you are out and you are moving around. A nice range of motion overall. Top loading thigh pockets, and there will be a YKK zip at the top of that as well. So you can use these for extra storage, whether it's simply carrying a map or maybe you like to carry your tools on your persons, a little bit of extra storage on either side. As you work your way down, you'll notice the orange again, massive amount of accordion stretch, and this is what we were talking about in the front there. You can really have a nice, easy time getting knee protection underneath this because of all that extra accordion stretch and flexibility. Pete, you may face backwards for me. As long as we're talking about accordion stretch and flexibility, At the waist, again, really nice elastication at the waist. And then you'll notice that that accordion stretch works its way up underneath the seat. So if you are in a full tuck, if you are moving around, that accordion stretch on top of the seat, and they do a nice job of giving you coverage over that too. So it doesn't look like you have accordion stretch, it just kind of covers you. Just helps a little bit with the overall style. And then when you get in the seat of this, it is that 900D reinforced Oxford polyester at the buttocks, and it's going to be on top of that 600D. So you really have a nice reinforced seat with this. Works its way all the way down the inner thigh. And then again, you can see that leather reinforcement with the Kevlar stitching working its way around as it works itself into the boot. Pete, you may face forward for me. So for those of you out there that are an adventure rider that are spending more and more time off-road, or maybe you're simply an enduro rider that wants something a little bit more beefy in construction than a traditional pair of dirt pants, Troy Lee Design's Radius Adventure pants are definitely one to consider. Now there's a lot of riders out there that are spending time off-road and they have tried Troy Lee stuff on and been using it for years. If you want to hear more about what they have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting Troy Lee Designs through its paces. More questions for us? Reach out to one of our gear geeks at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot us an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Troy Lee Designs Radius Adventure Pants. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.